Donovan Clingan is the best bet for a franchise center in the NBA draft. Alex Sarr might have the higher potential, and Zach Edey definitely is unique, but Clingan is the big most teams should be aiming for. Like Edey, Clingan is huge, standing at 7'2", and at the draft combine, he weighed in at 282 pounds, already showcasing the size needed for a true center. For reference, Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic both hover around 280 pounds. But it's not just the weight, he has other impressive measurables that will transfer over to the NBA. Among centers tested there, he also landed second in hand size, wingspan, and standing reach. This size helped him be one of the best defensive players in college. In only 23 minutes per game, he averaged 2.5 blocks and 7.4 rebounds. Clingan is a brick wall who really is hard to move around in the paint, altering shots and making things tough for opposing centers. Now, while he might not be the fastest guy on the floor, he moves his feet really well to stay with opponents and keep a strong defensive position to force contested shots, if not outright block them. As a help side defender, you can count on him to make the right play to help his teammates who were beat on the perimeter. These are all valuable skills that should help him be a high level, if not already elite, rim protector with his next team. To see a glimpse of what he can do versus NBA bigs, watch the NCAA championship game. Yes, Zach Edey dominated with 37 points, but specifically in the one-on-one matchup versus Clingan, the easy points came off of passes that found Edey already at the rim. Other than that, he struggled to gain leverage against Clingan and was forced to rely on his mid-range hook shot that would be difficult for anyone else. It's easy to see NBA bigs having that same problem. As a scorer, Clingan is going to slide right in as a pick and roll or lob catching big. His height, wingspan, and hand size means he'll be an ideal target for passes, and his high level finishing ability with either hand means that the passes will keep coming. He's demonstrated the ability to get his own shot in the low post as well through a variety of finishing moves. His combination of footwork and the ability to leverage his massive frame makes it difficult for smaller defenders, something that should be helpful versus mismatches that often come from switch defenses in the NBA. He's shown the potential, although very slight, to become a floor spacer at the next level. He didn't force the issue in college, sticking to his traditional center role, but the shot looks nice and he's been working on it this offseason. If it's the real deal, then he'll easily come out of this draft as one of the best 3 players, if not the clear-cut best. As a passer, he's shown some upside. He won't be running an offense, but he's good in various playmaking situations. In handoffs, he sets solid screens, making it easy for his guards. Clingan plays with his head up, keeping an eye open for teammates, and can find the open man off post-ups. He's a capable pick-and-roll passer too, frequently using overhead or even bounce passes to find cutters or teammates on the perimeter. While that might not sound like much, that specific playmaking ability is valuable for a center and was a strong reason Mavs rookie Derek Lively had such a successful season. All these strengths make Donovan Clingan sound like a no-brainer to be selected with the first pick, so why isn't it the consensus? For one, his athleticism and health. At UConn, Clingan dealt with several lower body injuries, which already is a red flag for a center. That, combined with concerns with his stamina, limited the big man to just 23 minutes per game. He's also slow and not at all explosive. At the combine among centers, he was last in the lane agility test, the shuttle run, and 3/4 sprint. He was also second to last in both vertical leap tests. While he does have good footwork, as he defends further out to the perimeter, opposing wings and guards will potentially be able to blow by him on speed alone. His ideal defensive role will be in drop coverage, most likely where he'll make the biggest impact. But we've seen similar players like Rudy Gobert, arguably the best or at least a top 2 rim protector, be essentially taken out of the game with switches or 5-out offenses. And on offense, while pick and roll bigs are essential, Clingan does have a low ceiling. He's limited to scoring at the rim, and unless a player is an elite post scorer, NBA offenses don't run through the post. He'll need to be paired with a high-level passing point guard to be the most effective, a player that will feed him lobs and easy looks under the basket. There's also the likelihood that he never becomes a reliable shooter. At UConn, his free throw percentage was just 58%, and he rarely took threes, just 0.2 per game. Both strong signs the three-pointer won't develop. Without a jump shot, although he can be a very high impactful player, his potential becomes severely capped. Defenses can and will be able to sag off him if he's not a threat from three-point range. Even so, with bigger centers making a resurgence in the NBA, he fits a winning mold that's been proven through several players already in the league. Three-player comps similar to Clingan are Rudy Gobert, Zubac, and Walker Kessler. Although limited players, they all have been able to use their size and instincts to impact both areas of the floor. With the right tools and players around him, high-level defenses can be built around a rim protector like that.